Alrighty, welcome to 3 on 3 using my cube here. It's myself, Billy the Kitty, and Sandy Dog. Ooh, team of server all-stars battling against Barnyard, Sam Rolfe, and Alpha Frog. Indeed his server, so there we go. Full-on classic server draft. I'm going to take Thoughtseize. Barnyard is probably going to take Necromancy or Johnny, and I hope it's Necromancy. If Barnyard takes a Johnny, Billy might take Necromancy, and that would be less ideal. And then Sam will probably take Retrofitter regardless. Let's see. Retrofitter, a Johnny, Necromancy, Watery Grave, and like maybe Lelia, maybe Thopter Foundry, maybe Shelldock are probably what's going. Underworld Breach, huh? Interesting. So Frog is passing to me, and he knows he passed me a Breach. I don't mind passing Barnyard a Breach. I really don't want to get it all the way to Sam. He loves Underworld Breach. He will just take it almost every time. I mean, what else should I take? I could take Counterspell. Haven't seen another blue card. I think I'll just take the Breach. It's fine if this doesn't get there. And this pack has Shallow Grave and Bitter Triumph and Life Death and Deluge, as well as Volcanic. And I guess Snapcaster. I'm trying Screaming Nemesis, 3/3 haste. When it takes damage, deals damage to any target. And if you nug your opponent, they can't gain life anymore. I might just Deluge here. Deluge is pretty good. I like it as like my one removal spell in a deck. I find it to be pretty excellent. And then Thoughtstalker Warlock still in there. There's also Spellseeker. If you do something broken, Spellseeker ends up awesome. If you don't, like if you can get Flash or Entomb or Ancestral Recall or Time Walk or that sort of thing, Spellseeker, Brain Freeze, the Spellseeker can be great. If you're just getting like a Thoughtseize, it's usually not that good. I don't know where I'm going to be yet, but I kind of want to just take Spellseeker over Thundering Falls anyways. I don't want to take Thoughtstalker or Top. I'll take the Spellseeker. I'll move in a little bit on this. And then this pack has a Troll of Khazad-dûm, but I'm just probably going to take Remand. Remand's pretty good. It's also Mother of Runes and Toby. Green Suns, Clockwork Percussionist, but I think Remand is pretty great. Oh, and now there's a Caustic Bronco. All right, I'm happy enough taking that. Over Tidehollow Sculler, Razorkin Needlehead. Yeah, nothing too special. Okay. So after the first 6 picks, I've got a Breach, which could be turned into something, could not. Spellseeker that gets Remand and Thoughtseize, Bronco, and Deluge. It's an okay start. Be cool if that Watery Grave came back. So what is going to come back here? I still think, I mean, there's no way a Johnny and Necromancy don't get taken. There's like Shelldock, Watery Grave. I think Retrofitter is going to get taken. There's the Thopter Foundry, which probably comes back. I could take Thopter Foundry. I wouldn't hate doing that if that was one of the options here, but that pack was pretty good, so definitely going to be some good stuff on the way back here. Oh, Watery Grave did come back, so did Thopter Foundry and Shelldock. So Necromancy, a Johnny, Retrofitter all got taken. Yeah, I'm going to take the Watery Grave. Watery Grave looks excellent here. I'd rather have Watery Grave than Baleful Strix, though I do like Strix too. I just think having a blue-black untapped duel of the 2 colors I am, yeah, probably a bit more important. All right, I'm kind of just leaning into maybe blue-black control. There's Night's Whisper and Preacher. I think I'd rather take Night's Whisper here. I feel like Night's Whisper is a pretty decent value card, though I have pay 2 life, pay 2 life, pay 2 life, so that's, or pay X life, so that's not ideal. All right, and here, oh, there's Daze, Ballista, Volcanic is still here, Scrubland, and then of course that Nemesis plus 2 green things. I'll just take the Volcanic. I've got an Underworld Breach, maybe this could materialize, and I think Volcanic is just a really strong land. I don't have red yet, but I bet I'll find some. All right, and here, Phantasmal Image has utility, but I'm looking at this Smirking Spelljacker. I don't think I want to take Yogg-Will here. I'm not very set up for that. Spelljacker, I kind of like, though, just as a blue-black control card. And here, did Barnyard take green cards? Should I hate this Zenith? I kind of want to just take the Cauldron Complete. Barnyard took a Johnny. I'd rather hate that. I mean, there's also Toby, which is decent. All right, I'll take the Cauldron Complete, I suppose. And here I'll take a Sculler. I think if I find White Source's Sculler will be good here. but I could hate Inspiring Vantage. I'll take the Skull. I feel like I didn't pass much. Oh, Baleful Strix came back. I like Leovold too, but this is a really nice Strix deck. Selfless Spirit's a little easier to play. I don't know. That's close. Both those cards are fine. I think Selfless Spirit is a lot easier because it just goes in any white creature deck will play Selfless Spirit, whereas Tribal Flames, you have to be pretty good at getting to like at least 4 colors for that to be awesome. All right, what do we got? Any Brain Freezes? No. Very disappointing pack. Passing a Felia the other direction. I'm just going to take a Prismatic Vista. This is just absolutely not an Ancient Tomb deck or a Name Sticker. I could also take Emperor of Bones. Maybe I just do that. Emperor of Bones is quite strong. Prismatic Vista is good too, but I've got 2 decent lands. I think actually I will just take Emperor. I really like Emperor of Bones. Maybe Bone Shards comes back too. Because I think Felia, Name Sticker, Prismatic Vista, Ancient Tomb are pretty likely to go. Grim Monolith also. Probably get one of these 2 removal spells back though. Ooh, I could use a little bit of life gain here. I mean, Bronco, I don't have to take damage because I could maybe crew it, but I have 3, maybe 4 spells that cost me life. That's kind of a lot. Whoa. What'd you open, huh, Barnyard? Well, I'm going to take an Ancestral. Oh, the Spellseeker's paying dividends. Now I wish I took that Snapcaster. All right, well, slamming Ancestral, passing Academy, 1 ring. Ooh, some good cards. I guess Barnyard either opened an on-color Mox and was willing to take Mox over Ancestral, or open one of the like premium pieces of power, which are already premium. So like Soul Ring, Mana Crypt, Time Walk, Lotus. Huh. All right, now there's a Fire Covenant, but I already have a Deluge and I pay so much life. I'm definitely taking Memory Lapse. Silent Hall Creeper, interesting. Covenant, Jackrabbit, Tundra. Yeah, these are all good cards, but I'm pretty happy. Got an Ancestral twice in 2 drafts now. I do like that. And Underworld Breach Ancestrals, that's not nothing, but obviously I probably wouldn't play it for just that. So let's see what else we can get. Is there any chance Silent Hall Creeper comes back? Yeah, it could. Not a huge chance. This pack's a little less good. There's no blue or black spells. There's a Braid and Iteration, and I kind of want to just take a Braid. I think more removal's good. Iteration, I already have Ancestral and Night's Whisper, and yeah, and Spellseeker. I should just take the interactive card. Then here, there's a Brainstorm and a Carnage Interpreter, a Blue-Red Talisman. I'll just take Brainstorm. Brainstorm's fantastic. Maybe I'll get a way to shuffle or 2. I guess I already have a Spellseeker. Okay. Nice little Grixis-y control. I've been drafting control a lot in these last couple cube drafts, but I feel like that's kind of how the packs have been breaking. Not sure. Ooh, and here there's a Force of Negation. This looks like an excellent Force of Negation deck. I will be taking that over. I do like Undercity Sewers. That card's good too, but Force of Negation works out nicely. And you know, this Breach is just chilling there. If I opened a Brain Freeze or an LED, you know, that'd be one direction. It's also, even though Frog did pass me the Breach and is probably on high alert, sometimes you open a pack that has Brain Freeze and like a perfect card for your deck. It's like an Animate Dead or in your Reanimator, or it's like a Ragavon in your red aggro. Like you can't really hate the Brain Freeze in that spot. So it's possible that Frog could let those through depending on the packs. And of course I could open it. Okay, well, no one took the Ancient Tomb. Damn, I was hoping to get a nice wheel out of this pack. Though Fairy Mastermind's going to be totally fine here. I don't want, oh, it was the Bone Shards. Yeah, I'm actually pretty happy with Fairy Mastermind. And this is looking like a really nice dig deck, though. Maybe now is the time for Jite? No, I'll still take Dig. I don't know, Dig. And Silent Hall Creeper's looking nice here too. I'll take that. I'll just play all cantrip dudes and card draw with Thoughtseize, Memory Lapse, Remand, Force, Deluge as ways to interact, and then do a nice little refill with a Dig Through Time. Dig and Underworld Breach aren't a Mondo combo, but I do like Dig here. And then here, there's 2 decent white cards. Karn, I'll just take Swarm Weaver. I don't think I'll play it, but who knows on the lands. Though here I think, even though it's a Blooming Marsh, I could splash the Swarm Weaver, which would be a nice card in this deck. A 2/3 that makes 2 1/1s is decent. I could take Chthonian Nightmare. Looping Baleful Strix Spellseeker is pretty nice. I think I'll just take Evolved Sleeper though. I like Evolved Sleeper. I think it's pretty good. Here, I think I'll just take Skyclave because it's, well, maybe Zimone. Zimone's pretty good. Or Nissa. I don't know. I guess I'll take Zumon. And Once Upon a Time should be gone already. Guess I'll take Yavimaya. I think Tarmogoyf is generally pretty weak. Okay, pack 3 time. What am I hoping for here? Well, of course, Black Lotus. But we'll see. We'll see. Time Walk would be nice too. Let's see. We're pretty good on playables. Could use some lands. Wouldn't mind a little more power. Oh no, disaster. There's Pearl and Brain Freeze. I gotta take Pearl. Just passing a Mox is so ridiculous. And this deck's looking really good already. I don't need to try to cobble together this Breach combo. It is funny if the Brain Freeze goes to Frog because no one else has the Breach. He knows he passed me a Breach, but he knows I didn't take Brain Freeze and no one did. So maybe you could come to the conclusion I opened a piece of power in a Brain Freeze, but I wish it wasn't quite like that. In any case, taking Pearl, passing Urza, Brain Freeze, stomping down Overlord of the Bale Merc. I'm not sure about this one yet, but I will take the Pearl. And maybe this Tide Hollow Sculler gets a shot. All right, here there's Metamorphosis Fanatic's a new one. 6 mana, 4/4 lifelink, Miracle, 1 in a black, and when it ETBs, put a creature from your graveyard into play with a lifelink counter on it. It's a pretty good card. Dark Vaden's good too. Chain Lightning is decent, although I wouldn't take the Chain Lightning here, I don't think. Nowhere to Run isn't bad. 2 mana, -3/3 flash, leaves an enchantment in play, and gets around hexproof. I could take Metamorphosis Fanatic because I have Brainstorm to set it up, which is kind of cool. And it's a pretty powerful card. Here's where I wish I had a Troll of Khazad-dûm, but I have some decent creatures to bring back. I think that this is powerful enough that I guess I'm willing to try it. And here, there's a Windswept Teeth that does nothing for me. A Meticulous Archive that really doesn't do much. A Recurring Nightmare, which still I'm like a little suspicious of. I don't know. I just feel like I'm not going to be doing all that stuff. I think I'm just going to hate the Windswept Teeth. It's kind of unfortunate to be hating a fetch land given how playable those are in almost every deck, but here we are. Well, for getting a couple pieces of power, this pack has been kind of bad. I guess I'll just take Rafine's Tower. Hey, it makes Windswept Teeth playable? I mean, not quite yet, but that's a ways there. It's a start. Here's a Tameo. Oh, I can just take Oliphant. Oliphant gets me a red-blue land and is really nice with the Metamorphosis Fanatic. Yeah, I like that. I'll pass off Fiery Confluence. I don't love that. That part I guess I don't love. All right, here's our last pack. There's a Sword of the Meek to go with whoever took the Thopter. Bayou's kind of interesting because if I took Bayou, I could play Windswept Teeth to get Rafine's Tower, Bayou, and if I put a Forest in my deck, I could play the Swarm Weaver. And maybe Zimone. Could also take Lorien Revealed, which is a blue-black-red land, and it can pitch to Force. There's also Overlord of the Flood Pits, which I think would be really nice in this deck. You know, there's a lot of cards here, and assuming someone takes Sword of the Meek, someone takes Containment Priest, and someone probably takes Bayou, I'll get a blue card back. So I think I'm just going to take Lorien Revealed and see what blue card I get back, if any. Here, there's Jace the Mind Sculptor, Kitsa, Sicarian Infiltrator, and I guess Overlord. Overlord's not crazy. But I think I'll just take Jace. I've got a Pearl to accelerate it out. Good ways to protect it. This seems like a reasonable Jace deck, and I might get something back here. Nowhere to Run came back. Oh, so did Fallen Shinobi. This is a Fallen Shinobi deck, I think. Fairy Mastermind, Silent Hall Creeper, Baleful Strix are all like unblockable or very hard to block. Sleeper can sneak in. Spellseeker sometimes. All right, I'm in. This pack's still bad. Do I take Loran? Lion Sash? I mean, do I hate a white card? I don't know. I guess I kind of want to just take Elvish Spirit Guide. I don't know that I'll play it. It seems unlikely, but it's a good accelerant, so it seems fine to take. And then here, there's a Larcenist and a Tidebinder. I think they're both good. I'm not sure which one is better, but I think here I'm probably going to take Tidebinder because it's really good at going end of turn Tidebinder, untap Fallen Shinobi, and this is looking like a pretty good flash, like keep your mana up deck with Mastermind, activating Evolved Sleeper, Tidebinder, Smelljacker, obviously counter spells, Dig Through Time. So that all seems like it adds up. The Brain Freeze, in fact, did not come back. That's okay. I didn't think it was going to. So the question now is, do I splash red? I think with a Volcanic and an Oliphant, it makes sense. Here, passing all these Crucibles, Jace Wielder Mysteries does not seem like what this deck wants, nor Tameo. I'll just Do I hate the hover ship or the basalt monolith? Well, this is the opposite direction that Academy went, so I kind of feel like that's fine. All right, so Brazen Borrower, Overlord of the Flood Pits, or Bayou. Oh, this is actually pretty tough. Would I play green? I just don't need to play green, so that means it's Borrower or Overlord, and as much as I like the idea of Overlord, I will take Borrower here. I just feel like pure card draw is not something I'm in the big market for. All right, I just have a lot of that already. Let's go to deck building. Got some cuts to make. All right, so currently, without changing anything, this is 13, 14, 15 lands, 16 lands if you count Lorien Revealed. So I probably want to cut like 2 cards. I mean, the thing is I don't want to cut Oliphant because it really does make Metamorphosis Fanatic quite a bit stronger. And I think having Oliphant to get Volcanic and Lorien to get Volcanic, I have 3 red sources. Yeah, I can cut Sicarian Infiltrator probably. I like all the flash stuff. This is a really good Force Negation deck too. I could also cut Evolved Sleeper. I have like kind of some tap land stuff. I think if I do that, this still has enough creatures to get the Fallen Shinobi in. Dig Through Time looks excellent. I mean, I love Toxic Deluge. Is like, this deck's a little light on removal, so I like having the Abrade. And I guess for removal, I also have like Jason Brazen Borrower to bounce things, Baleful Strix to block. All right. This looks pretty solid. I probably want 1 mountain because that leaves me 4 red sources for my Abrade / Oliphant. Oh, maybe I don't. Maybe I just play the 3 because I'm going to cycle to get that Volcanic a lot. Though, one reason to have a mountain besides casting Abrade is if I draw an opening hand of Volcanic plus Oliphant, it is really nice to have a second land to get. Let's see. So if I do this, I'll have 4, 5, 6, 7 black. 8 black, and then that leaves 6 blue. Hold on. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 blue. Okay. I like the brew. Let's go get a Metamorphosis Fanatic and hop in the battle. All right. Time for round 1. On the play against Barnyard. Yeah, I'll keep this hand. I believe I don't want to lead with Ancestral here, because if I go... Well, let's see. If I go turn 1 Ancestral, on their turn I have 8 cards in hand, draw to 9, play a land to 8. If I don't draw a black source to play Emperor Bones, then I'm going to end up discarding. So I think I'd rather just go Rafine's Tower, Emperor, or Spellseeker. Like, it's only against exactly discard that this is really bad. Well, I drew the Swamp anyway, but whatever. The thing is, I have a 1, 2, 3 curve, the 1 being tapped Rafine's Tower. Seems better to do that. I can Ancestral when I need more cards, when I run out of stuff to do. I'm glad I hated that Windswept Teeth. I'm glad I have Toxic Deluge in my deck. Okay, so I guess it was a Johnny that got taken. Draw, Brainstorm. Let's play the land. All right, I tried to get that fly, but I wasn't successful. If it comes back, I'm on it. Yeah, let's just go Spellseeker here. Why am I in full control? Who knows? And I think, pretty sure I just pick up Abrade. And I feel like next turn I can maybe Ancestral into Abrade. All right, here's a Balloon Man, and I had to tell Barnyard what was up. I was chasing that fly around, and it was something. Okay, this is going to be a pretty gross turn. Balloon Man and Johnny? All right. That's sick. I got to give props to Barnyard for that one. I'm like pretty dead here. Wow. Okay. Okay. I guess I'll take it. Sure. Well, the problem is if I get, even if I find Toxic Deluge, it's still pretty horrendous for me. Okay, well, let's Ancestral first. Maybe that'll help. Would not appear to be so. Let's Brainstorm. Why does it have me in full control? This is really annoying. Put Mountain back. Put Night's Whisper back. Pearl. Cycle Oliphant. Get Volcanic. Play Volcanic. Pass the turn. All right, so I guess I'm at step 17. I can do some blocks. Getting to, I mean, the Johnny's going to get to nug me for a ton. A Johnny Balloon Man, because that gives you the red permanent too. Okay, well, that was a beating. That was turn 3. Yeah, that's sick. Needed to be a little bit faster on the jump there. Yeah, I had turn 2 Emperor, turn 3 Spellseeker, and then that happened. I could have Ancestral, but none of those are creatures to counter with Force Negation anyways. I guess I'll Abrade what gets copied, maybe? I'm not sure. All right, land into something large. Hopefully it's a spell. It was not a spell. All right. Jacked Rabbit. Balloon Man, copy it. Okay, well, it's not going to have all the counters on it, so it's not the end of the world. Nug me for a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That puts me to 8, and then I can block. I guess I'm at that point. I just deal 3 to a Cat Warrior. Ugh, why is it having me in full control? Who knows? All right, well, now I'm going to block one of these. I don't think it makes sense to keep Spellseeker around. All right, well, if I find Toxic Deluge, I can lose to a Johnny, but, you know, it's at least something. Let's go dig through time. Just digging all of these out. Boom. And didn't even find Toxic Deluge. All right, well, there we go. All right, well, I don't really have much in the way of sideboard here. Yeah, I guess I just hope to... I'll keep the Force Negation in for now. I guess I just hope to not get comboed like that, huh? All right, on the play. Oh, look at this. Turn 1 Silent Hall Creeper on the play is pretty nice. I think I'm just going to go Volcanic, Pearl, Hall Creeper. And then it's kind of interesting. I could... The reason I originally even went to go set an upkeep stop is maybe cycle Oliphant upkeep so I don't draw the mountain. But if I draw the mountain, so be it. And there's a decent chance I'll want to save cycling Oliphant for after a Jace Brainstorm, perhaps. Oh, am I getting swordsed? Well, if I get hit by Path to Exile, that's not so bad. Oust would be pretty annoying. I mean, if you've got it, you got it. Silent Hall Creeper isn't game over, but it immediately gets you your card back, which I think is pretty nice. And then gets 2 counters, and then maybe if I have something to copy, I do. Or I just keep a 3/3 unblockable. I really don't mind it. What does Barnyard have? Is it the... Oh, it's Mother of Runes. Okay. I can live with that. I would like to draw a card. Mother of Runes is pretty annoying, for sure. Draw a card. Just play a land and pass. Not hitting a removal or anything is kind of unfortunate. It's not like I have tons of removal, but I have some. Okay. There's a Mox. What's Barnyard got? Oh, this was the on-color Mox that they probably took over Ancestral. So it's at least nice knowing that the odds that Barnyard has like Lotus or Mana Crypt have gone down because the Mox would explain what we saw. Obviously, it's not 0. They could have also opened those things, but... Staff of the Storyteller. Okay. And white land, I'm sure, for the... Once again, very nice draw. Oh, a tap land. Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm going to cycle Rafine's Tower. You know what would be really nice? Fallen Shinobi would be a nice draw. Brazen Bar. Yeah. Oh, there's the Fallen Shinobi. Let's do it. It also resets the Silent Hall Creeper. Kind of love to see that. Okay, Fallen Shinobi. Let's go. All right, good Shinobi hit here. Any action? Any action? No, not really. All right, well, I'll play the Noble Hierarch, I guess. I hit 1 mana worth of spells. Next turn, I can just cast the Oliphant, the old turn 4 Oliphant in my blue-black deck. And they're drawing with Staff first. I don't mind that. Oh, and Tobias is here, the Beastie Befriender. All right, well, let's see what I want to do here. I could attack with Fallen Shinobi, be a 6/5. They double block with Toby and the Beast token. If I pass, they pass. Yeah, that actually seems okay. I guess I didn't need to play my land first. I'll just trade for those two. If Barnyard uses Mother of Runes, then then it works even better. Okay. Barnyard probably just takes this trade. Yeah. That's kind of what I thought would happen, but I'm okay with that too, because now I still think I'll just play the Jace. Draw 3. Force of Negation could be a really nice one here. All right, well, land. Now I'll set an upkeep stop because maybe I want to Oliphant on upkeep there. Basically, I wouldn't be able to block effectively with the Fallen Shinobi with Mother of Runes in play either, so getting that trade seems pretty reasonable. Oh, and again, if Barnyard's kicking things off by drawing a staff, I mean, that's good, but it doesn't add to the board. What I really don't want to see is a haster here. Though I guess if Barnyard uses a haster and a way to make and the Mother of Runes, that's not too bad. All right. Jace gets taken down. Now they don't have Fallen Shinobi. Oh no, it's a 2/3 Goyf. All right, well, that's unfortunate. So now, I could cycle Oliphant upkeep here. That is an option. Yeah, I should just do that. I was looking to see if there was like some kind of play Oliphant, copy it with Silent Hall Creeper business, but it felt like I should just draw a card this turn, basically draw a card by cycling Oliphant because I don't hit the stupid land. And then draw another card. No, I don't mind that either. Play a land, pass the turn here. And now I've got Brainstorm up, I've got Memory Lapse up, and most importantly, I've got Smirking Spelljacker up. I wish I had 1 more mana to play Spelljacker and then protect it with Memory Lapse, but if Barnyard taps out for something, then it'll work out just fine. I will take some damage here. I'm okay doing that. Go to 15. Three mana? 6. All right, well, good enough for me. Smirking Spelljacker. And 6 is gone. And hope they don't have a removal spell for 2 mana that kills the Spelljacker. Which is not a Johnny? Sure. That does not bother me too much. A Johnny's dangerous, don't get me wrong, but don't mind this. Do I want to Brainstorm now? I'd rather just draw for my turn. Oh, Emperor of Bones. So I could also, if I level up Emperor of Bones, I can put an Oliphant into play, and then I can copy the Oliphant with Silent Hall Creeper, maybe? Okay, so let's do this. I could put a Fallen Shinobi into play, but I don't think that's going to really help much. And then whoosh, adapt. Oliphant. And I have this Brazen Borrower too that could get pretty nasty. And Oliphant. They've got no flying blockers, so I just put it on the Silent Hall Creeper. And then play the 6 because some good value. So I'm hitting for 6 here, and then I'm hitting for 12 actually. So Barnyard has to make a block. And then I guess is going to give a Johnny Pro Red. I see. And I think what I do is petty theft the cat token, so that way the Johnny doesn't flip. Johnny's Pro Red takes a bunch of damage, goes to 2 Silent Hall Creeper. I'm just going to put 2 counters on it. It's lethal next turn anyway. And then I have 6 up, so I can play that. I can't play the mountain though, right? Oh, I can't. I do still have a land drop. Oh. Well, in that case, it would be pretty easy because now I've got Memory Lapse up too, while also being in, I think, pretty good shape regardless. Well, the game where I went 1, 2, 3 on the play with Ancestral in hand, I lost. The game where I did not, I won fairly easily. Turn 1 Silent Hall Creeper, though. That is no joke. I guess I did have a turn 1 Land Mox Hall Creeper. And do I want Sicarian Infiltrator or Mine Collapse? I really don't think so. Force of Negation can counter a Mox or a Staff of the Storyteller. Maybe the Force is just bad. Maybe I'd rather just have Sicarian Infiltrator. I really have not seen very many spells. So Pyroglyph, 6. These are just all creatures. A Johnny, Balloon Man, everything. I like this. Barnyard's Mulling, and I have turn 1 Memory Lapse, Night's Whisper, or Brazen Borrower with an Abrade soon to follow. I don't want to see a turn 1 Elf. That would make this hand worse, certainly. Well, I guess I'm not. Well, Mox is worse. Turn 1 Outland Liberator, huh? So let's go Island. Mox. Okay, I'll bounce that. Because otherwise I have to... Well, I certainly have to play a spell because I can't let it flip. But I can play the Mox. But I feel like just bouncing that is decent. And then next turn I can... Night's Whisper or something. The problem is if I just go Land Mox, it doesn't flip. Pass. Barnyard attacks me. I guess and then they pass and it doesn't flip, and yeah, that really does not work that well. I'm gonna play the Watery Grave this turn. I think I'm just gonna play the Brazen Borrower because again, it's a spell, so the Outland Liberator doesn't flip, and obviously there's a lot that Barnyard can just do this turn to just wreck me. Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking, but that's fine. I'll take 2. Deluge would still just be an incredible draw here. Got a Night's Whisper here. A black or a red source would be okay. Metamorphosis Fanatic. Okay. I'm really gonna run into issues soon here. Not drawing a red or spells has not been great for me. I mean, I guess I did draw spells. They're just expensive ones. Problem is, Outland Liberator makes it so like I have to keep playing spells or it just flips and attacks and kills my Mox. There wasn't really a way around that. I couldn't not play my Mox here. Oh, drawing first is nice. If Barnyard then casts something and I Memory Lapse it, and then maybe... I'm not sure what though. Oh, they should have attacked after. I don't know. I'm just getting beaten up here. I need to... If I draw a red and I can cast a Braid, I feel like it's not going to be so bad. Or... if I draw Deluge. If I draw Deluge this turn, I think I'm actually in fine shape. Okay, well, that's actually reasonable. Get Volcanic, play Volcanic, and pass the turn. They did flip their Trap Breaker, but I just can't. I can't do anything about that anyway. And now, yeah. Deals 3 damage to target creature. I'm going to go to 1 here, I believe. Yeah, it's going to kill the Mox. Oh, it's a 5/6 now? Was there not... What one? The Oliphant already made it big. Oh, the Mox and the thing. Oh. Never mind. This is a lot worse than that. I needed this thing to not be killing me so quickly. Memory Lapse. All right. Because the problem is now I can't just leave up Smirking Spelljacker. And I can't Deluge. Yeah. Their Mox beat mine. Tell you that much. Oh, man. Whoa, that was an amazing draw. All right. Spellseeker is... We're still jamming here. Let's Ancestral. And Ancestral myself. 4. They're drawing 6 here. All right. Thought sees the path. Okay. I'm at 2. They're drawing 6. I'm going to 1. They're drawing the card 6, that is. But now I get to play Metamorphosis Fanatic. And that's actually a pretty big game. There's also Emperor of Bones, but look at this. They have no cards in hand? All right. Just get that Oliphant in there. I mean, this is why I put Oliphant in my deck. Can they just brick here? No. What a top deck. Ephemerate. They top decked an Ephemerate. I was going to get them so good. Heartbreaking. After the Spellseeker Ancestral Thought Sees Your Path too. Brutal. All right, time for round 2, playing against Samuel Rolfe. Oh, man. Yeah, that was so brutal. I was so far behind. I got so lucky to then be winning, and then it's just Ephemerate, which also isn't a card I think is usually very good, but with Pyrogoyf and a Johnny, no, still didn't look that good in Barnyard's deck, to be honest. All right, on the draw, I've got to keep this. I am playing against Boros, which makes this hand a lot less great. Any Moxen? No. I could have cycled Oliphant, but it feels like doing it this way is fine. Ancient Tomb, huh? Okay, well, let's play the Silent Hall Creeper. Saga into Ancient Tomb is pretty strong. I need my Toxic Deluge. I've yet to see that one. Would have been great in all my matches. Oh man, that Ephemerate is just gonna tilt me until you know, end of the draft or so. And then when I post this draft, it'll tilt me again. Soul Guide Lantern, sure. Could be worse, I guess. So Firebolt, yeah. Yeah, all right. Draw. I mean, Brainstorm's good. Let's just go Spellseeker. Pick up that Ancestral. I could get an Abrade, but I'm just going to look for a Deluge here. I'm not... Oh, geez, man. Of all what is going on here. Into Metamorphose? The ways I find to lose these games are really something. The top deck Ephemerate, the Metamorphose Noise Marine Seething Song. Oh my god, what's coming off the Seething Song? Is there a Goldspan Dragon? Death Creator Champion, are you kidding me? I'm just dead. All right, sure. All right, whatever. Let's battle. I cast a 2-drop and then I died. Cool. Yeah, I like this hand. I'm gonna play a Watery Grave untapped almost no matter what. So even if I was gonna Night's Whisper, I would play that. But I think I'm just gonna play the turn 1 Fairy Mastermind and then turn 2 Night's Whisper. That sounds a little better to me. Pass the turn. Turn 1 Saga. Okay, Mana Vault is fine. So Fairy Mastermind. I'm going to cast Night's Whisper. I know I'm tapping out a blue, but I have some tap lands in my deck, so I think that's a little better. Worked out poorly, because instead of drawing a tap land, I drew Brainstorm. So I have like Brainstorm and Ancestral versus drawing Rafine's Tower. But the thing is, playing Rafine's Tower is a lot more important generally than like firing off a Brainstorm this turn. We'll see what Sam does this turn. There's a chance next turn I want to just use the Fairy Mastermind. Okay. Talon Gates. Getting red through the Talon Gates into Seething Song. Okay. Into Carnosaur. It'll turn 2 Trumpeting Carnosaur, huh? Alright. A hit. Urza's Bauble. Alright, that's not that bad, honestly. Gonna bobble me. Revealing a Jace. Well, that's the Jace that I'm kind of hoping to cast this turn. An island would be decent. Now I draw Force of Negation. I guess I can just Fairy Mastermind this turn because he's drawn a card off the bauble here. There's my island. All right. Well, I can take 7 once. It's obviously much worse that I had to wait a turn because then when I bounce the thing with Jace, you might already have a creature in play, but I'm hoping not. I mean, it's pretty big. I guess I can't really ignore it. And Brainstorm I can definitely pitch if I need to. Tap land. All right. Take it. Draw. There's that Rafine's Tower. All right, let's go Jace the Mind Sculptor. Bounce the Carnosaur. And I'm just going to chill in case he plays a Haster. He's got Arena of Glory in play. It's really easy to do so. Seems like it would be unnecessary risk to attack. Maybe the blocks don't work out, but missing 2 damage is not a big deal. And if he plays like, I don't know, if he had something stupid like a Selfless Spirit or something, it would be kind of wild to tap out there. If this is something I can force, oh my god. Okay. Please 4. Ooh, he hit 4. That is sick. That's only 1 through 6 here. So that is really nice. Now he's going to evoke Fury. Pitching Manamorphose. All right. Wait, he's not casting Fury? He's evoking it? What? Is this a spell? Please not be a creature somehow. Oh, it's a Noise Marine. Hit Lightning Bolt. And he's cast... He's got 2 cards left. Carnosaur X. Let's see. So he's cast Name Sticker Goblin, Fury, Noise Marine. His hand is Carnosaur. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to exile the Brainstorm here. Let's draw. I mean, Baleful Strix is pretty nice. Let's start there. Okay, Mountain is also really nice. Wow, that was a... I gotta hand it to myself. That was a really lucky sequence of draws. Because now I've got an Abrade to kill something and 2 blockers. And it's a pretty decent chance he's just going to discard Carnosaur. That's one of the 3 cards left in hand. To kill one of my blockers is my assumption here. Oh, he's going to haste. This is a Death Greeter. Oh, Lauren. I don't know how all my opponents also have just like exactly everything. It's really something. To be fair, I also drew it all this turn. Kill Lauren here. Oh, he just F6. Nice. I don't want us both drawing cards. I think that is bad because I'm the one who's drawing all the cards here. Let's go. I actually don't even have a red card left, so let's just go like this. Dig through time. 1, 2, 3. I'll leave Baleful Strix for the Metamorphosis Fanatic, and this hand is Ancestral. Hold on. It's turn 6. I have not played a land yet. And Spelljacker. Okay. Land. Say go. If he attacks and doesn't have a land in play to discard Carnosaur, I'm probably just going to play this Spelljacker. Yoink. Oh yeah, look at that. Flash Ambush Viper. Okay, now I think I'm in really good shape. Oh, an Emperor of Bones. Yeah, that's something too. Let's go Ancestral on me. I think I'm going to play the Emperor of Bones. Go to combat. I'm going to exile Fury. And I could attack for 9. It doesn't seem to me as good as just attacking for 3. I'm threatening lethal now. Play Hall Creeper. I'm just going to play the Rafine's Tower. I feel like I'm going to draw a lot of cards and I'm not going to be cycling Rafine's Tower. And this way, if Sam plays a Haster, I can put in Fury to kill it. And otherwise, next turn, if he doesn't do anything, he's got the Carnosaur in hand. It's not really doing much here. I can, next turn, just untap, adapt the Emperor. If he tries to kill it, adapt it again in response. And then pretty easily win from there. I'm at least forcing a game 3 here. This has been quite the draft. It really has. And I think we got swept round 1, which was kind of a beat. Let's see. Yeah, we sure did. It looked like. No, it looks like Billy's still playing, actually. Oh, they got game 2. Never mind. We only lost our first 2 matches. All right, going to game 3 here. That was some cool stuff. This deck plays out in a funny way. Like, it's not the best deck in the world, certainly, but Mind Collapse is kind of interesting. The problem is I have so few mountains. It's a pretty costly thing. Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to try to get out ahead of things again. Is there something I want for Sicarian Infiltrator? I kind of don't think so. All right, on the draw. Really just need that Mox Pearl. That's what I need. Even more than Ancestral, I'd rather have Pearl in my opener. Yeah, well, I mean, I got to keep this. Also, Brazen Borrower is pretty good against Sam. If he's like trying to Seething Song and Mana Vault out idiots. Obviously, bouncing the Carnosaur wasn't like the thing I was the most excited to do, but it is totally fine. Okay, turn on Arena of Glory. Island go. Baleful Strix also really nice too. Ooh, okay. Yep, here we go, huh? That's one that like bouncing with Brazen Borrower is pretty not great. Yeah. All right. I'm going to play my Baleful Strix and be ready to get Lorand or something or Furied. Yep. Come on. Are you kidding me? Yep. Realistic draws over here. Hit Name Sticker Goblin? Sure, why not? Why not? Why not just have every card in your hand in play? Like, it's Sam's turn 3 and he's going to have like 15 mana worth of spells in play. I mean, now I could draw Toxic Deluge, I guess. I still didn't, but I could. It would barely save me given that I'm taking 7 this turn. Okay. Well, that just means the Deluge gets even better. Go to 9. Yeah, all right. I mean, if I found Toxic Deluge, I could actually get somewhere here. Any Deluge? Or Pearl. Because if I find Pearl, then I can Ancestral into Deluge. As it stands, unless I draw... Well, if I draw Deluge, I just draw Deluge. If I draw Pearl, I could Ancestral into Deluge. Now I have to Ancestral into Deluge Pearl. Yep, I didn't. Cool stuff. All right, round 3 time. We're getting murdered here, but I mean, come on. Those games are just something else. I feel like my 2 matches so far have been kind of unreal. All right, well, I'm going to force that. I already have my Ancestral. Get out of here, Mox Sapphire. No thanks. No thank you. I'm good. Let's play the Rafine's Tower first so I can go turn 2 Thoughtseize, then Ancestral. That sounds pretty good to me. I'm happy to trade my Force and Spellseeker for your Mox there. Frog is on like 4-color, like blue-green splash, Minsk and Boo, and Fracture Identity sort of deal. Okay, so let's start by going Island, Pearl. I just don't want to get dazed here. Thought sees you. Oh, wow, countering that Mox was really good. None of these cards are castable, and they're very far from it. All right, let's take Tireless Tracker then. And Ancestral myself. All right, pass the turn. No planes. No planes. All right, this game's not going to last too long. Land. Let's go Silent Hall Creeper. Emperor of Bones. Emperor of Bones on the Tireless Tracker. Why not? And he didn't draw like a Malcolm to equip GT on. That would have been a kind of a disaster. All right, well, it is time to exile nothing. Send with these two. And I don't think he's going to block here. That would be wild. Let's go Fallen Shinobi. I'm going to bounce the Emperor of Bones. And here, I'll put those over there. All right. Do you want to draw a card or make... I think I'm just going to turn this into a Fallen Shinobi. It sounds better than drawing a card. And then Fallen Shinobi hits a Beza. All right. I'm not going to get any of the any of the things. And I guess a land. Why not? It's a Plains. Sure. All right. Well, you're facing down 2 Fallen Shinobis and a Beza. I think this one's looking good. Okay. That was nice. That was nice. Post board. Oh, send it right in. Let's do it. All right. On the draw here. Less exciting than the first game, but still solid. Obviously, a Pearl would be fantastical here. And I'm kind of glad I put the Mountain in, because cycling Oliphant for Mountain here looks pretty good. Just the Oliphant, because I have Metamorphosis Fanatic and Emperor Bones, is pretty sweet. Metamorphosis Fanatic is definitely great, though. That card is staying in the cube. Like I've mentioned in another video before, I'm going to do a full cube review with BK once we kind of nailed down what we were doing. I think I might have even mentioned that previously in this video. I don't know. I record a lot of videos. In any case, this one I'm sure is staying. And Silent Hall Creeper too. It's like the perfect 2-mana looter, because it's not like hitting them twice, you're drawing that many more cards anyway. And the fact that it can turn into other creatures or get counters and stuff is pretty cool. Very nice with Fallen Shinobi, as we've seen. So looking forward to doing that review, but I have some good opinions on, or firm opinions on some of the already cards, though they are, to be honest, good opinions too. You expect nothing less. Frogerto's mulling over here, maybe to 5? We'll see. All right, Frog did indeed mull to 5. I am going to still play Volcanic on 1. Well, I like the fact that I've got an Abrade and a Brazen Borrower against a mull to 5. Look, just good interaction. No green mana, huh? All right, well, I'm going to Mountain Cycle. Get my Mountain, draw, Swamp. Let's just get on board. Let's play Emperor, and I'm not gonna... Am I gonna get like No Moralized or something? Sure. I'm not gonna exile the Oliphant, because I can just wait until I know I can activate this or want to. I don't really need to. Okay, there's this green, Tireless Tracker. All that I'm probably going to kill. I don't really need to get the Oliphant exiled here. Cast. I'm just going to abrade that. It's obviously somewhat mana inefficient. Here I will exile his Tracker, though, because I have no use for it. Again, mana inefficient, but I would rather not give Gavin any extra cards here. I really do want to find a land next turn. I guess I can Night's Whisper. Let's see what this is. It's not Minsk and Boo, luckily. Beza. Oh, Palace Jailer. Okay. Yeah, land would be really nice. Let's Night's Whisper. Land. All right, pass the turn. Oh, man, I was close to miracling the Metamorphosis Fanatic. I guess I could find Brainstorm to do that. I could have just played Baleful Strix instead. Maybe that was better, actually. I kind of just snapped off the Night's Whisper. I was like, well, maybe I can get some... Find another Swamp here. Othari. Well, I do get to remand that, which is nice. Okay. And got a 16, he draws a card. Oh, Force of Negation is nice too. Let's go Baleful Strix. This threatens to take the Monarch. Oh, that's another nice little flash creature. Pass. And then what I really want is Frog to, well, I mean, I guess if he just had Othari, that would be fine. But to play a big spell. An Umezawa's Jite. I think I'm going to just force the Jite. Feels like a Jite would lead to some problems. Pest Infestation, that. Well, I guess I wish I had done it the other way. All right, well, I still get to take the Monarch back here. And I get to do it and draw an extra card, so it's not so bad. Things could be worse. All right, so Othari's coming. I do know that. But what I can do is I can go Metamorphosis Fanatic and get back. I could get back Oliphant, but I think I just get back the Baleful Strix because that can also block the Othari. Oh, and I've got Brazen Borrower and Memory Lapse. So I just need like to stabilize for a second. My hand is just is almost impossible to beat. If I basically like a one good litmus test is, do I have the Monarch? I guess Gavin could take the Monarch back here by going Othari attack with everything, but then Baleful Strix kills Othari, Metamorphosis Fanatic eats Palace Jailer, Emperor eats one of the pests. I take 3, but then I gain 5, so I end up on life, and then I have the Monarch. And even if he's got the Monarch, my Fairy Mastermind ships me a card, and then next turn, when I have a turn of going bounce your thing, play Silent Hall Creeper, Memory Lapse your thing, like it's kind of how this deck was trying to play out. Against my teammate Billy, Sam cast 4th Eorlingus for like 5 on turn 2. Just like, yeah, when you draw like that, you draw like that, you know? Paradise Druid? That's like the weakest thing I could imagine. Okay. No plays. Ooh, that's not a winning maneuver. Froggerto, what you got going on over there? Oh, let's find out, huh? The Wandering Emperor. All right, let's Memory Lapse that. Thoughtseize, take Othari. Yeah, Beza's, whatever. And I could put an Oliphant into play. I guess I haven't drawn a land yet, which is kind of worth noting. But let's see. If I put Oliphant into play, I'm attacking for maybe some in the air. I mean, he's drawing Wandering Emperor, and his hand is Beza, so he's going to get to play one of those. All right, well, let's just go for the gusto here, I feel like. Oliphant. Put Oliphant onto the battlefield. So if I do this, Gavin's taking 6, 8 down to 8. I trample this down to 2. Sorry, Strix down to 1. And then he has to block. All right. Well, we got on the board. Scoreboard, baby. This deck was good. It wasn't the best, definitely. It needed like one little more cheap play, like a Snuff Out or Force of Will or something. Oh, or to have just drawn Deluge more. I played against kind of 3 on the board decks, and I still maintain that my match against Sam was just whatever. And Eomatic drew the Ephemerate. This deck could have easily been a 3-0. Instead, it was a 1-2. You know, the margins were close. Look, I don't say that every time. I've had decks that go like 1-2 or 0-3, and I'm like, yep, that deck sucked. This deck doesn't. It just so happened that things didn't work out its way, and I was quite impressed with Metamorphosis Fanatic, also Ancestral Recall and Mox Pearl. So I like getting to play with the new cards. Wish our team put up some more dubs, but you know, they can't all be winners. That'll do it for today. I appreciate you hanging out as I cube here. Lots of good cubes coming, and you know what? A little bit of Duskmorn too. I've been really enjoying it, and I'm like number 10 Mythic or something, so I want to keep firing up. In any case, I'll be back tomorrow with another draft. And I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and you won't miss a single draft.